So we didn't watch all of Sarah's read aloud, but you got an idea of what an asynchronous read aloud could look like using Nearpod. In big picture, some best practices that I want to lift up is that they're basically the same as an in-person or synchronous read aloud. And in those, again, those things are begin with framing, make sure that kids can see the text and that you're stopping frequently for kids to engage with the text and do that thinking. Some ways to make it virtual, and I'm going to show you a couple of these, is when you can record yourself reading it. And if you have a physical book, holding it up, make sure that you do the screen mirror. You saw me get very confused there. You could also do a PowerPoint of the book, which is what we saw Sarah do, and then record herself in Screencastify. You can play a YouTube. I'll show you some resources for that in a second. You can also use Nearpod. One function that would be good for younger kids who may have trouble with the typing is to use the recording function in Nearpod. So let me show you a couple things. So the first, we saw Justine, Tiara use this in their read aloud. Tiara sent this to me and said it was just been a great resource. And this is Sankofa Read Aloud. This is a YouTube channel that centers Black characters and Black experiences and could be a really good place for you to start if you're planning or choosing a read aloud. The second is I want to show you something I did when I found a video that I wanted to use. So I actually Googled, or I guess searched, whatever you say, trombone shorty. And I found this amazing read aloud with Angela Bassett reading Trombone Shorty and really wanted to use it, but realized she never actually shows the text. And so she does, there's an animated part to this, but they never actually show the text. So I turned closed captioning on, and so that kids could see the words at the bottom. I think a useful tool for older kids, maybe for younger kids, you are trying to actually show the book. And I'll show you though how that also links up with Nearpod in just a second. And so here, I'm going to show you some tricks in Nearpod. You can tell I've recorded this video once or twice. I'm going to create a lesson. There is a video feature here which you could use. I haven't played with it, and I know it's new for Nearpod, but it's something you could try. So I'm going to create a lesson in Nearpod. And of course, the first thing that I would do is create a slide here framing the text for kids. If I was going to use a different, something that wasn't just me reading where I could say like Sarah did. And so I would create that. I'm not going to do that here. You all know how to use Nearpod, but I'm going to add a video. And so this, two options that you could do here. You could upload the video of yourself. You just would click here or from your Google Drive, and you could upload the video of yourself reading the book. The second is you can actually search for the video that you want to find, Trombone Shorty. And then I'm going to use that video that I found of Angela Bassett, and I'm going to click save. And so here you can see that I found that video. What's cool about it is that when I play it, my closed captions are there, which is nice. The only thing I haven't seen is from the student-facing lens, if those closed captioning show up. I think that they will, but it may be something that we just need to play with. And so what I would do here to create those stopping points that we've talked about is add an activity. And so let's say that I wanted an activity at 1 minute and 12 seconds. I would click add activity, and I can add my open-ended question here or my multiple choice question. If this was a video of you reading the book, you could also have your question right there. And so I could say, I think Sarah's question was, what have we learned about New Orleans? I could have that, and I could keep reading the book and just add my stopping point in right here. Again, I mentioned this earlier. If you do this, and I'll show you how it doesn't look like here you can add the recording piece in. I'll show you how to do that if you add a slide in though. So let's go back to our lesson. And I'll show you a few tools that I think are helpful. Oh, I guess we'll just save it and then hopefully that'll work. Great. So I'm going to add a slide here. And then I can go to activities. So if I add an open-ended question, this is where I could actually add a video of me or a soundbite of me asking the question, which might be helpful for younger kids. I can also turn on student recording so they don't actually physically have to type their answer. So some other tools that I have found very useful if I add a slide, for me, I totally didn't even see the activities piece and I couldn't figure out how people were adding all this really cool stuff. Danielle had these cool slides. And so go to activities, and then you've got a lot of different options here. So you can give a quiz at the end. You could do a fill in the blanks. That one has been nice in PDs just to sort of flip it around and not just have people typing in answers. A collaborate board, which we've seen. So these are some different options that you can play around with. That is all for me. I hope this PD has been helpful in helping you think, really big picture, that the things that you guys do awesome in class are totally applicable here. There's just some other tools that we have to learn and utilize. And then there will be 2 polls that I'll ask you to take just to give myself and our team some feedback about how this was for you as we think about asynchronous PD. So thank you all so much. Please email me if you have questions, mrankin@KPPS. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is for you when you're taking this. Thanks. Bye.